I am Yogesh Vallal. Friends, let's start with a new chapter from Maths 2, and that is chapter number 3, Circle. This chapter carries maximum weightage from other chapters. So let's start with revising our previous knowledge. As our previous knowledge is strong, then we can get good marks and we can easily understand the further new concepts. Okay, so let's start our new chapter. But friends, don't forget to subscribe my channel and share this video. So friends, let's start with the revision. Generally we think that circle means this portion. Circle is not this. Many times we misinterpret it as a circle. Circle is generally like this, or you can say circle is more thinner like this. Okay, means what? Only this yellow portion is called as circle. This part is called as interior of the circle and this part is called as exterior of the circle. Then what is circle? Circle is set of points. Circle is set of points which are equidistant from a fixed point. Then such a set is called as circle. Okay, means what? This fixed point is called as center of the circle, and the fixed distance at which all the points are situated, that distance is called as radius of the circle. Means radius of the circle is the segment joining the center and any point on the circle. It is called as radius of the circle, and generally it is denoted by small r. It is not necessary to denote all the time with r, small r, but generally it is denoted by small r. Means what? Radius is the distance between each and every point on the circle from the center. Okay, then if we make twice of the radius, then it will become a diameter. Before that, we will see the definition of chord. Any 2 points on the circle, a segment joining any 2 points on the circle. I am again repeating the statement. A segment joining any 2 points on the circle is called as chord of the circle. Okay, it is called as chord of the circle. And if such a chord is passing through the center, then it is called as diameter. Then it is called as diameter. I know that we have seen all this term in previous classes, but we are going to refresh our knowledge. Okay, again, radius is the segment joining the center and any point of the circle. Then any segment joining any 2 points on the circle is called as chord. It is also a segment. Okay, then if the segment, or if it is passing through the center, a chord is passing through the center, it is called as diameter. Okay, now let's see one more property of diameter. Diameter is the longest chord of the circle. Diameter is also longest chord of the circle. Okay, now let's see what is this point is. This point is called as center of the circle. This point is called as center of the circle. This shaded portion is called as interior of the circle. Is called as interior part of the circle, and this white portion, whichever remains after circle and interior, is called as exterior part of the circle. Okay, now let's revise some properties which we have seen in 9th standard. The first property is diameter, which is generally denoted by d, is twice the radius. Is twice the radius, means there are 2 radius which combine to form a diameter. So diameter is twice the radius, and as I have told earlier, it is the longest chord of the circle. Okay, now in 9th standard we have seen one more property, that if we draw a perpendicular from the center to the chord, then it bisects the chord. Means perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord to the chord, bisect the chord. Let us interpret it mathematically. If O is the center, and AB is chord of the circle, then it implies that if OM is perpendicular to AB, it means that AM is equal to MB, and which will be half of AB. This result is most important result to solve many problem. Okay. So friends, now let's see some type of circles. Okay. If there are two circles in the plane, then they may be disjoint circles, or they may be intersecting circles, or they may be touching circles. Okay. Let's see what is the difference between them. If two circles in the plane has nothing common in them, then these circles are called as disjoint circles. These circles are called as disjoint circles if they don't have anything in common. Okay. If the circles have same radius, then such circles are called as congruent circles. If they have same radius. Okay. Suppose the radius of first circle is 4 centimeter, and if the radius of the second circle is also 4 centimeter, then the circles are called as congruent circles. For example, look at these two bangles. Okay. If I have put one on another, then they are equally matched to each other. Okay. It means that these two are congruent bangles. Okay. These two are congruent circles. Now let's see one more type. If the center is common but the radius is different for two circles, then such circles are called as concentric circles. For example, look at this bangle, and if I put this bangle inside it, then these are, if the center is common, then these two circles are called as concentric circles. Like ripple, when we throw a stone in water, we get many such concentric circles. Okay. If the two circles are intersecting, then there is a single point common between them, a single common point in between them, or there are 2 points common in them. If there are two such points common in between them, these circles are called as intersecting circles. We can draw a common chord between those two circles. Okay. And if two circles are touching each other, then they are called as touching circles. Then those two circles are called as touching circles. Here these two circles are touching externally, and in this figure these two circles are touching internally. Friends, as we have seen some relation between circles in a plane, let's see relation between a line and a circle in a plane. Suppose if there is a line and a circle in a plane, then they don't have anything in common. They may don't have anything in common, or if a line is intersecting the circle, then such line is called as secant. Remember friends, AB, if I called segment AB, then it is chord. Okay. But if I called it as line AB, then it is secant. Okay. So how will you write this AB is important. If I call it as line, then it is secant, and if I called it as AB, then it may have it have end points. Okay, then it will become chord. It is a segment. Okay, so what is secant? Secant is a line intersecting a circle in two different points. If I move this line outward, then these 2 points come closer and closer, and at a certain stage these 2 points coincide with each other and the line just touches the circle, then it is called as tangent. Okay, again tangent is nothing but line. Say line L, we can say it as line L, and point P is called as point of contact. There is one basic condition, is that the line and the circle should be in the same plane. If suppose the circle is like this and the line is in this plane, then for okay, look at this figure, then this is not called as tangent. Both the line and the tangent should be in the same plane. Okay, then this point is called as a point of contact. So friends, in today's lecture we have seen some basic concepts related with circle. Then we have seen different types of circles. Okay, and then we have seen the difference between tangent and secant. We have seen difference between tangent and secant. Okay, at the same time we have revised one theorem, one property from 9th standard, that is perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord bisect the chord. Okay, in next lecture we are going to discuss about some important theorems from 10th standard. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.